Hey, welcome to a second Synth News special episode from Superbooth 2025 with more new gear I didn't feature in bigger videos. Let's go! I'm here on the booth of Groove Synthesis, and you probably know the third wave synthesizers which are available in the keyboard and in the desktop version, and there's now coming a module version. Very surprising, the third wave module. I'm here with Bob.
Yes, so this is the third wave 8M, and as you just mentioned, we have the 24 voice 4-part keyboard, 24 voice 4-part desktop, and now we have the 8 voice 2-part 8M. And this is going to be out in July. It's going to be $1995 US as opposed to the prices over here. It's still the same inners and the same analog filters, the same analog back end, the same number of outputs, except now you're down to 2 stereos.
Okay.
And it's going to be patch compatible with the bigger ones.
So you have only 8 analog filters or 6?
Yes, because it's 8 voices, we've got 8 analog filters, and it's 2 parts. But because it's 2 parts, it still has 4 outputs. So 2 stereo outputs. The inputs and everything else are the same as its big brother.
So the main difference is just the voicing.
The voice count, the number of parts, and the controls. So if I come here and show you the oscillators, the whole thing lays out on one screen, unlike what it used to, but you've still got controls down here for changing the oscillators, for changing the filters, for changing the envelopes. So all of that still is available to you. Anything else, mod matrix, LFOs, FX, they all show up here, and you get encoders with a single window in most cases to look at the whole thing.
Basel Instruments presented the second release from their new Castle Generation 2 series. After the Wild FX result, they showed the WaveBot at Superbooth 2025, a patchable sample player that allows you to generate rhythms with modulation. Unfortunately, I recorded the performance from Václav, aka Toyota Vangelis. He gave me with the wrong settings, so I have a mix of microphones and of the audio. Sorry for that.
Yeah, I'm like, you can get like, I don't know, like standard. Yeah, it's cheap. They're one of the best in the world. Like, it's a huge company, but last year they grew like 300% or something like this. Like, it's crazy. I was actually so yeah, I was trying to get the job there.
Then GS Music from Argentina showcased the new prototype of the keyboard version of the Bree 6, an analog polyphonic synthesizer. It has the same engine with 1 oscillator, 1 filter and so on, but with a 37 keys velocity, an aftertouch keypad, creative arpeggiator and sequencer. Release and price are to be announced. In a separate noise-free room, Maya Amy from Austria demonstrated the new DAW mode for the MD900 and Vipes synthesizers. This mode allows you to create patterns and arrangements in a web browser, enable it in live fashion, operate the built-in mixer, and access a full editor at a later time. A very nice and handy feature for existing users of the synths, and it's great to see that what they promised several years ago, that this is now here available. One of my personal highlights is Instruo Seasehll, a portable mini West Coast semi-modular analog synthesizer. Unlike O-Coast, Neutron or other semi-modular synths, Seashell has a digital bridge to a VST plugin that allows you to automate parameters in your DAW. The Synth also has a built-in audio interface that sends the audio directly to the DAW via USB. Not cheap for Synth, but a semi-modular synth who thinks ahead, is analog and can also handle modern connectivity. And finally, innovation in always the same semi-modular world. In a quieter room, in the very busy and noisy Superbooth, Soundforce from the Netherlands had his booth. Nicola showed me his Juno-inspired modules, finally in a complete voice setup with a new Eura case. Looks very lovely, and there's also a second Eura case that will coming very soon. He also had a DAW setup with his boutique synth controllers. A new feature here is that the Oberham controller now works natively with the GeForce Software OBX plugin. In the menu you press a button and then the two communicate together. Very nice. Let's stay a moment with MIDI controllers. I also visited the booth of Tubote where Toby demonstrated his little MIDI controllers for his vintage synth mods. One of them is brand new. It's the Seas as a new MIDI controller for the MIDI retro mod for the Yamaha CS10, CS15 and CS30. Like the other MIDI controllers, you can control various features added via the retro mods. Plus you can also use it as a classic MIDI controller. And the last new spot goes to the Clank Uranograph, a powerful digital/FM/complex synthesizer that looks like it came from a distant galaxy or from a new Star Trek episode. Its operation is reminiscent of the Soma Lyra or Terra, but with a much deeper and knobbier engine. You can also find a 2-track looper in the Uranograph. And of course all the news in full length is available on cineanatomy.com. I have also captured a sound demo for you, and for me it sounds very unique. And that was my last video from Superbooth 2025. It was once again a fantastic event with great people and gear. One problem, however, is getting bigger and bigger, in my opinion, besides the noise level for the trade and professional audience. Due to the ever-growing number of booths, this time more than 300, it is becoming more and more difficult and challenging for the media to cover a good news range. I estimate I managed to cover around 100 booths in 3 days, where I made 1/10 only videos. In comparison to the amount of booth, that's not a lot. Pretty sure larger media with entire teams created more videos, but far from everything. This is one reason why I made this year fewer selected videos and 2 Synth news episodes to make it more easy for me. From a media side, a smaller Superbooth with a quieter environment would be less overwhelming and difficult. And for the next year, would you like big videos like this year, or would you prefer a Synth news episode like this year? Please let me know in the comments below. And thank you for watching the other videos, it helped me a lot, and after the first uploaded videos and the good feedback, it gave me a lot of motivation to do more. Thanks a lot for this. And now Superbooth is done and new adventures await me. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment, that helps a lot boosting the algorithm, and of course also this channel. Big thanks and see you next time. Ciao!